Am I audible?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you able to see the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Our respected Jagdiraj sir, Dr. Rubin Verghese sir, uh, Director IMT Dr. Prashant sir, and my dear participants. So we are for going into the LaTeX workshop 2021. So this workshop is mainly aimed to equip the participants with the basic knowledge of how to create a LaTeX document. So this workshop, this 3-day schedule, I'll just give you an overview about the schedule we are planning for the coming 3 days. Today we will discuss, we will go through the entire LaTeX structure. We will glance into the entire LaTeX structures. And today afternoon, we will try how to create an article template using LaTeX. How can you create an article, a journal article by using a LaTeX? So I will provide you an assignment that will be uploaded in the Google Classroom. So after I will do the entire creation of an article. Then you can try those creation and all those things yourself, and you can submit the assignment. So the deadline I have given is tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Before 11 o'clock, you can submit the assignment. In the evening, you can work on it, on how to create an article. So at the end, before coming to the next session, that is tomorrow's session, my requirement is all of you should be in a position to understand how to create an article. So tomorrow we will be focusing on tomorrow's session. We are planning is to how to create an presentation using LaTeX. So we will be going into elaborately doing an assignment on how to prepare a special presentation template used in LaTeX known as Beamer template. How to work on this Beamer template we'll be discussing in the morning session. In the afternoon session, we will be discussing about another way of another important use of LaTeX in creating a resume. How will you create an attractive resume using a LaTeX? That is the tomorrow's agenda. And on the third day, we will be discussing more on how to create a project report, how to typeset a project report in LaTeX. So again tomorrow also I will give you an assignment based on the portions we will discuss on tomorrow, and you are requested to submit the assignment on day after tomorrow before 11 o'clock. And again on the third day we will be focusing on how to create a project report using LaTeX. Okay. So in this project report, what we will give you some sample template, and you can create your own project report. A sample project report can be created. Okay. And the day after tomorrow's afternoon session, we are planning to incorporate how to prepare a question paper, how to create a attractive question paper using LaTeX. There are two cases we are planning. One is an ordinary question paper, and another is a multiple choice questions. So this is the agenda of this 3-day workshop. So today in the morning session, I will cover the entire LaTeX. I will just brush out the entire thing in the LaTeX. So there is no point in discussing so much theoretical about the LaTeX. In the morning session, I will just cover the main concepts in the LaTeX. And again, in the afternoon session, I will demonstrate how to create an article by using a LaTeX. So by seeing the demonstration, you can able to try how to use this demonstration in the LaTeX. So I request the host to record these lectures and supplies as link to the Google Classroom, so that the participants can repeatedly discuss, I will repeatedly watch while doing the assignments. Okay. Any doubts? I think all of you are audible. So let's, shall I move to the LaTeX presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us first of all, this is our agenda. Can you able to see the presentation?
Yes, sir.
So in this session, we will be glancing to the various, we will be giving an overview about the entire LaTeX thing. And again, we will be dealing something, we will be doing it online also. So let us go into each and every sessions in this. So the first thing we are going to explain is what is LaTeX. So LaTeX is pronounced as LaTeX. It is or it can be pronounced as LaTeX. So it is written as LaTeX. So it is actually pronounced as LaTeX or LaTeX. So what is a LaTeX? LaTeX is basically a document preparation system. What do you mean by document preparation system? What is the meaning of it? So usually when you are going to do a project report or when you are writing a paper, you will be using the Microsoft Word, right? So in this Word, by using this Microsoft Word, the user have to be aware about how to align the entire thing. That means the LaTeX document, so the Microsoft Word document, usually you should have to set the top margin, you have to set the left margin, you have to set the right margin. So LaTeX is a document preparation system for high quality typesetting. What do you mean by typesetting? Typesetting എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? Typesetting means if you are going to prepare a document ready for printing. So for example, suppose if you are creating a document, okay, that document have to be aligned and all those things, right? So you have to justify and all those things if you are doing in an MS Word. But if you're using a LaTeX, the problem is that the LaTeX will automatically typeset your document. So as a user, you need not able to be able to waste your time in alignment and all those things. What you have to focus, you can focus on how the actual matter you are going to prepare without focusing. So I can see that you can see when you go to any DTP center, you can see hundreds of students waiting the report to get ready. So in many of the report preparation, you can see that many of the students are facing difficulty with how to align the entire report, how to change the font of the entire report, how if you are trying to insert a figure into the report, the figure may be moved to another page. So it creates a lot of problems for again inserting a page numbering into a report. So if you're using a conventional editing software like MS Word, you will be flooded with all these. You have to take pain of arranging all these alignment problems and all those things. So by using this LaTeX, what we can do is the problem of typesetting or the alignment will be automatically taken care of by the LaTeX. So that is the speciality. And another important thing is that if you want to create a good document, like say if you want to put some mathematical equations in a document. So this mathematical equations will be so in Microsoft Word and all those things, you will be using the equation editor, and it will be very tedious to do all those things. So to write a simple mathematical equation in Microsoft Word. So the LaTeX has a predefined commands in which you just put the commands, whatever the mathematical symbols that is available in literature, you can directly use in the LaTeX, and the formatting and alignment will be automatically taken care of. So that is why LaTeX is most often used to produce technical or scientific documents. So, and it can be used for any form of publishing. Suppose you want to write a book on your own. So that also, so while writing the book, as an author, if you are an author, the author is not concerned, should not be concerned about how the alignment takes place. The author can focus on what is the actual content you are going to write in the textbook, or in creating a textbook. The alignment and all those things will be automatically taken care of by the LaTeX. So that is the beauty of this LaTeX. And again, another beauty is that the type of as the Jagdish said, the type of the output produced by LaTeX is exemplary, and it has if you are trying to put some figures into it, these figures can be written in a high quality way. That is another important thing. So that is why LaTeX is widely used in preparing these scientific or technical documents. So next we shall, so that is the beauty of this LaTeX. And why we use LaTeX, the things we are so designed by academics and easy accommodates academic use. It is usually, we can use it for academically, mathematical symbols and equations. And again, you can create footnotes, references, table of contents, bibliographies can be generated easily. This is another point which I have already been mentioned. Forces author to focus on logical instead of aesthetic structure of a document. So the aesthetic part of the document, how the document actually looks before printing, the preview of the document will be automatically taken care of by the LaTeX, and the author can focus on the content you are going to write. That is the beauty of this LaTeX. So and it is portable, compatible, flexible, versatile, and cheap. And this is the way in which a LaTeX works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush off the things we are going, the entire thing in a LaTeX. That will take around 45 to 1 hour, and we will try to use each one and everything. So this is the mechanism of teching. So for a LaTeX, you should have, LaTeX basically uses the following things. One is the user will give you a set of documents. So usually you will write a LaTeX file with an extension .tex. That is the extension what we will use in creating a LaTeX document. So in this user input, the user will be giving you a set of commands. The commands will be in the form of a backslash like things. The slash will be oriented towards the left. So you can write a slash document or whatever the things you can write by using. These are the LaTeX commands that will be given as user input. And again, you can give you the bibliography that I will lively demonstrate how to create a bibliography. So the references of list of references we are going to add in a document that can be added as an input to a LaTeX. And again, the LaTeX uses another set which is called as document classes, which is called as the class files and packages, style files. So what the user we will do is user will only input the user input. The other thing are the auxiliary thing that is applied along with LaTeX. So you have to include these things, document classes, packages, bibliography, etc. will be added to this before writing the LaTeX document. So this is and LaTeX internally uses a set of working files for doing this. So what we will do is LaTeX converts the user input, which is in the form of user input will be in the form of LaTeX commands. These LaTeX commands will be inputted, and these LaTeX commands will be translated and converted into, usually we will do a PDF form. We will get a PDF file that is generated, or a PostScript file that is generated, or you can redirect to the screen, or we can put it into the printer. So this is the way in which the mechanism of LaTeX works. So what the user is, as a user, LaTeX user, you need to give a set of commands. By using the set of LaTeX commands, it will automatically convert your document into automatically convert and typeset your document into the required type. So usually it will be document will be converted into a PDF type. So this is the way in which a LaTeX works. So this is a LaTeX document structure. So typically, a LaTeX document consists of three parts. One is called as the preamble. Preamble means preamble will be containing the set of packages, document classes. I already explained the document classes, packages, or style files, etc. can be added in these document classes, packages, etc. are added in the preamble. And the document environment. So herely in the document environment part, actually the user enters or the author enters the LaTeX commands in the document environment part. So in this document environment, the user can type whatever the text you are going to type, and whatever the tables you are going to create. That tables can be constructed by using a set of commands. And again, you can insert some figures or equations or anything into a particular document. This can be inserted by using LaTeX commands. So basically, all the users who are using this LaTeX will be writing the contents in the document environment sessions. Apart from this document environment session, there will be special pages which are optional and include pages such as index, glossary, or bibliography. And these things I will discuss in detail in the session. So this is the basic LaTeX document structures. Next, this is another important thing. How can you use a LaTeX document? There are two ways in which you can create a LaTeX document. One, you can use a cloud-based solution. Cloud-based solution, the advantage is that you need not have a LaTeX installed in your machine. If you have a web browser, you can go to using the web browser, you go to a cloud-based solution. An Overleaf is a cloud-based solution. You go to overleaf.com. So that is a browser-based system. In this, you just register your username as well as and etc. You can log in into this LaTeX environment online, and whatever the document you are preparing, that will be available in the cloud itself. That means the user, the advantage of this cloud-based solution is that you need not have to carry your laptop or anything for doing any LaTeX. So all the documents will be available in the cloud storage or in the internet. So you need not carry your laptop for preparing your presentation or preparing your thesis or preparing your project report, etc. So everything can be done through, if you are having a browser, that itself. If you are having a mobile phone, by using the mobile phone, you can easily create a LaTeX document. So that is a cloud-based solution. So all the LaTeX documents will be constructed in the in online. So that I will lively demonstrate after this. Yeah, apart from this, if you want, so the disadvantage of this cloud-based solution is that the cloud-based solution, the main problem with this cloud-based solution is that even though the cloud-based solution is giving you a security, the security cannot be 100%. Suppose if you are writing a research document and if you are uploading this research document on the cloud machine, so even though these are all third-party vendors, they cannot you cannot able to have a full security about the document you are going to prepare in the cloud environment. So for the researchers and other students, it's better to use your own LaTeX environment. That is I given in the left hand side. Okay, this is your own cloud-based solutions. And another advantage of cloud-based solution is that the user cannot need not be carry the laptop anywhere. If you having a system at any other post, you just log in into this cloud-based website. You can log in into it and create the document anywhere on any system. And whatever the document you prepare, that will be available in the cloud. That is another advantage. A disadvantage is the security. So in this workshop, what I'm going to do is that you can either go use the cloud-based solution or you can use the LaTeX editors. That is the choice is left to left to this. But you should be in a position to know how to install the non-cloud-based solution. So non-cloud-based solution uses a set of tools. So this is TechMaker is an integrated development environment in which you can able to you can give the latter command and compile it, and this latter command will be automatically translated into this machine. So you have to install TechMaker, Kite, LaTeX Base, TechStudio, MikTeX. So these are all various type of IDEs available. So any one IDE you can choose for installing LaTeX. So for our demonstration purpose, I am using this IDE TechStudio, which is an IDE integrated development environment used in LaTeX. So let us discuss how to install all these things. Will be will be given in. So there are, I already explained that there are two things. One is a cloud-based solution, and another is a you can install this LaTeX IDE into your machine. So I am giving you a useful link for installing this. So the link is provided here. You can click on this link, TechStudio. It's a hyperlink that is added. You just clear. So in that link, it has an installation for Windows as well as Unix. Even if you have an Ubuntu Unix installed on it, if you use these two commands, sudo apt-get update, sudo apt-get install TechStudio, you can able to see, you can able to install directly by using these two commands in Ubuntu Linux. Whereas if you are using for Windows or Mac machine, this website, this link is given in the as a part of you click on that link, this TechStudio link, it will directly go to that page, and within that page you can install depending upon the type of the Windows version you have. So if you are installing this Windows version, you have to install one more, apart from this TechStudio, we have to install one more thing, that is called as TechLive. TechLive also have to be installed. So the things, it is self-driven. The link I have already been provided to you as a part of this presentation. In this presentation itself, you click on this TechStudio part, it will go to that web page and you can install these things. So these are the two things, two different ways in which you can try LaTeX. So next we will go to another important concept called as Overleaf. Overleaf is basically a cloud-based solution. So Overleaf is a cloud-based solution. I will show how to go. So you just go to in the Google, you just type Overleaf. You will get you the link. You will get. You just click on that link. You will get you first. If you are a new user, you have to register. So you will get a window like this. Register. You can use your Google email ID for registering. And the Google password you just give, you can register. And once you register, you can log in with your email to this particular Overleaf. Overleaf is a cloud-based solution. So this is the two pages. So for a new user, the user have to register it. And once it's only a one-time thing. You can register by using your Google Gmail ID. And again, you can, once you register, you can able to log in into the Overleaf. And login can be done with your using the registered email. You can log in using Google, Twitter, Orchid, or IEEE, whatever it may be. You can log in. So I recommend you to log in with your Google ID, Gmail ID. That is the best option in which you can log in into this Overleaf. So this is the document structure of an Overleaf and how it exactly looks like. So an Overleaf structure, you can see all projects and all those things. You can double click this so that this thing will be popped up. So let us try a simple LaTeX document by using an Overleaf, and let us see how it works. So I'm just closing this presentation, and I'm going to the Overleaf module, and I'm lively going to demonstrate how can we able to do this to create this document. Just 1 second, I will just go to this. I'm going to stop this presentation right now. Can you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am going to go to this Overleaf. So it's overleaf.com. So this is my Overleaf site. So I am just giving you a small example, a LaTeX example. So here I'm just explaining the concept, which I'm going to this. So this part, the first line number 1, can you able to see this clearer?
Yes.
Okay. So in the first type, I already explained the things. The first is the /document class. So all the LaTeX command will be start with the /document class. And within this, you can use, if you want to use an article, you can use an article class. Article document class is used for writing. What you can say that a journal paper or a research paper, you can use the article class. So this line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Line number, can you see this line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? This part is basically called as preamble of this document. So in which you will use the first is the document class. Then we will use package UTF-8 input encoding. So it uses the UTF-8 characters. So these are all packages. You need not worry about this. Next is you will have a title thing. A title, you will specify a sample document. And again, you are specifying the author. Author name is given as Suresh Kumayan, that is the order, and /date is today's date. So these things comes under the preamble part. And this is the document. Actually, from line number 8 onwards, the document part occurs. And line number 8 to the end document, that part is the environment part, which I have already been explained about. Preamble. LaTeX has 3 sections. We have a preamble, document environment. So document environment part begins from /begin document is the document environment part. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just this is a LaTeX document. This is a sample LaTeX document. First of all, within this, I am writing a set of commands. So within this begin, first of all, I am going to create /make title. /make title is a LaTeX command. Name and all those things that will be displayed onto the document. So that is a LaTeX command. In /make title, it will display it. So I will just compile it and show you the output. So here, this is the thing which is called as a recompile. You can recompile it. So you will get a sample document like this. This is a document class. So this make title, there is a, okay. So again, I am going to recompile this. So this is a sample document. So you can see what is the first statement in this particular thing. The first statement is a begin document. This is the environment section starts here. /make title. This is the LaTeX command. This command will put to the title whatever the thing that is specified in the title part in the preamble, that is printed, along with the author name is printed. Again with the date or that is today's date is printed. That these 3 things will be printed by using this command /make title. Next is the section command /section introduction. So introduction is a new section in the document. So you will be giving you a, suppose if you are writing a particular say a research document, the research document uses a set of sections. Sections are set of headings. headings and subheadings. Headings can be created by using sections, and within the heading you can write subheadings, that is called as subsections, can also be created. So this is, first of all, I am including /section introduction. So this will create a new section called as introduction, and I am just writing a sample. A sample table is shown in table /rough table symbol, so that I will be explain it later. So this is a simple. I'm just removing this part. This is a symbol. I'm removing this part and again recompiling this same thing. Let us see what happens. This is a simple document with a single section. So this is a sample LaTeX document we are going to prepare. All of you understood this? Any doubts? Excuse me, no response. Can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The thing is that you can, after doing my assignment, you will try all those things and you will be very much familiar with this. I will just show how to create a LaTeX document by using Overleaf, which is a cloud-based solution. Okay. Okay. So this is a simple example. So let us come back to our presentation right now, and I will show you how. I'm just stop sharing this particular thing. I'm going back
Excuse
to.
me, sir.
Yes,
Hello?
tell me.
Can you shift
Tell
the
me.
introduction from? Can you shift the introduction from left to the center part, the section name?
Section name will be automatically aligned by the LaTeX to the left side.
Left side
Okay,
only.
and it will be numbered. That is the predefined thing. In the document class is an article. How it is aligned will be pre-configured, and you can section cannot be centered. The other text and all those things can be centered. Section will be in a predefined aligned format, and you just try with the /centering is a command that is used in LaTeX. You just try within the section. You just try that command whether it will work or not. So
Okay,
you
sir.
just try that command /centering, and it will usually the text will be centered. I don't find any article in which the sections will be centered. So if you type some article, some sentences, and if you put the entire sentence in /centering, it will be centered. Okay, that is an option that will be discussed in detail when we deal with the article template in the afternoon session. I will lively demonstrate how it works. Okay, so that you will be very clear about using these things one by one. Okay, so is it okay?
Okay, sir.
So I am going back to our presentation, and sorry. So I have just lively demonstrate how to create a small LaTeX document using an Overleaf. So let us try the other part of this, how to use the next part. So let us go to the next slide. So this is a small LaTeX document. I have already tried this example using an Overleaf. Can you able to see the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to add a small code with the sectional headings. So in section, if you want to introduce this, suppose if you have a research article, the research article may be containing a set of sections, right? Sections are headings. So usually a research article will be having, initially there will be an abstract will be left as it is. Apart from the abstract, you will be having start with an introduction. Introduction is added, is considered as a section. Then you will have a set of related works, research works. That is another section. Then after that, you will be having a set of set of things that about your about the problem description you are going to use in your system. Then each problem description about your work, research work, then you will be having the methodology. Methodology is another section. And again, you will be having a set of hypothesis. That's in another section. And after that, you will be having, within this hypothesis, you are inserting a set of tables. At the end, you will be having a conclusion and future work. Then references. So these are the various sections used in a research document. So these sections can be added. So these sections are nothing but headings. These headings can be added in LaTeX by using the command called as /section. You put the thing in curly brace. Curly brace is used introduction. So the meaning is that a new section is created with the name introduction. That introduction is numbered. Okay, that is so this, and you can write whatever the thing in that particular introduction. And you can give a label to a section. Label means a name associated with a section, and this label can be referred by using /ref section. So I will just give you a typical example of adding a section and referring it. Okay. So, so that you will be getting this concept. So I'm going back to the Overleaf editor, and I am just trying a sample code of adding a new session, and we will let us illustrate it one by one. So I'm just going back to our this thing, Overleaf editor. So I'm just stopping this presentation. So this is the online editor. So I already introduced a section. I'm just writing some text command. This part is an introduction section. This part is an introduction section. So I'm just taking some particular thing. You can type some contents from the Google and add this. And again, after that you can. I'm just writing some blindly writing some set of sentences. So just typing some sentences here. Okay, and after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another thing which is called a subsection. Subsection overview. Okay, so I'm creating a subsection overview, which is a subsection of this introduction section. So let us see how it looks like. So I'm going to recompile this particular statement, and let us see how it works. Okay, you can see that this is the introduction. In the introduction, you are typing a set of text. After that, within the sub of this introduction is the overview. So you can type something here. Some statements you can type. I'm just generally typing some statements. Okay, and again I'm recompiling it. Okay, you will get to introduction. 1.1 is an overview, which is a subsection of this introduction. This can be introduced by using a subsection command in LaTeX. Okay, now can you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Now I want to refer this subsection, so I am just using /ref, /label. I am putting a label to this subsection. /label SCC:sec1. I'm just putting a name. So what I'm going to do is I'm giving a name to a section. This section is labeled by a name, and the name is SEC:SEC1. This is the name given to the session, and you can refer this name in this in the previous section. So let us see how it looks like. So I'm going to write a single step, an overview of the work is described in section. Section number will be automatic. You can use the rough /rough. You can give SEC:/CC1. So you see that an overview of the work is described in section 1.1. This 1.1 will be automatically numbered by /rough, right? So the thing is that what I'm going to point is that every section can be named by using a command called as /label. You can give any name to this label, and by using this label, you can refer that label by using /rough is another command. Within the curly brace, you specify the name of the label you used. Okay, so that number will be automatically numbered. The user need not be aware about how it is numbered. It can be automatically referred by using these commands. All of you followed this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, got it.
Okay, next we shall discuss about another, and you can add sections and as well as subsections. And you can, I will try one more thing. I'm just adding a new section. Say I'm writing /section related works. So I'm just typing something here. I'm just recompiling this particular thing. Okay, you see, this is a new section is added and it is numbered as 2. That is the second section. So introduction is one section and overview is a subsection of introduction, and again related works is another section. Okay, are you following this?
Yes, sir.
And this section can also be labeled. You can use a label /label SEC2, or you can give a name, and you can refer this particular section by using /rough command. So
Sir,
the related works. Yes.
Suppose we are going to give a nested subsection. Is it possible?
Okay. Yes. Subsection command is available. Subsection.
Okay, sir. Okay.
For example, okay. So let us put that also here. So overview. Within this overview, let us say I want to create a subsection. So let us type /subsection overview 1. Okay, it is overview 1 is subsection of overview 1.1.1, right? Clear?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So like that, you can create any number of sections. So basically, if you want to if you want to create a research document or an article, first of all, you have to identify what are all the headings you are planning to write in the article. And by using this article document class, you add all these sections first, and again you can type whatever the you can write the content in the session. So the advantage of you write in the introduction words. And
Sir, you are not audible. It's breaking.
okay, how about right now?
It's
Now
okay,
it's
sir.
correct, sir. It's, we
It's
can
correct.
hear you.
Okay. So if you're facing any audio issues, you please let me know, right? So
Okay,
what I said is that if you are writing an article, first of all, you have to decide what are the headings you are going to use. What are the subject? First of all, you have to identify what are the flow of writing. What are the writing flow? You have to find it out. Okay. And based on that writing flow, you have to first identify what are the headings you have to use. So you identify, you put all these sections and sections and create a overall template, and then you type all these sections one by one, and the user need not be aware about how it is aligned. The typesetting will be automatically taken care of by the LaTeX, and the user have to know only how to create, how to write, and what are the content to write. So we can focus on writing the contents, what you have to write in the introduction and all those things, without worrying about how exactly it will look like during the publishing process or in the printing process. That is the beauty of what a LaTeX is. So these are the things. So I'm just going back to our presentation. I'm stopping this presentation and I'm going back. So this is the these are the things, the sectional headings and cross references. How it is referred also I have already explained. Next we shall go to the next slide. How to use a text formatting. So if you want to write a bold and you have to write a heading, or you can write some new font and all those things, you can easily write a set of code for that. So let us try some example of how to output this. I am a boy. Boy will be, so I am a /text BF for bold. So whatever the thing that you enclosed in curly brace, boy, that will be outputted in bold letter. So you can see this is the thing. This boy is part is bolded, and this is cow. This is a cow. This is using this is written as a header like this. And text it /text it is a thing that is a LaTeX command that is used to italics, to change the herbivorous into an italic type. And again, text, this is a monospaced text /text ttt. It is a monospaced. And again, /text SF is for sans serif font. Okay. So the another beauty of LaTeX is that you need not have to learn all these commands. You can Google it and find out what are the relevant commands for LaTeX. So LaTeX plus sans serif font, the command LaTeX command for sans serif font, you just put in the Google. It will list you a lot. You will get a lot of help from the internet using this. So you need not have to learn, have to memorize all these commands. That commands can already be available on the internet. You can copy it and paste it in your document. No need to memorize all those things. Okay, so all these things can be easily be learned, and any type of fonts you can. It supports a large number of fonts and thing. And again, /large IMT. /large is a large size. It will be written as IMT is written in a large type thing. So you can you can try all these text formatting commands in LaTeX. So you can type in the Google the LaTeX text formatting commands. It will list you a lot of commands. You type these commands, change it into a bold, italic, whatever it may be, large, and all those things. You can try it yourself. So these are the text formatting commands in LaTeX. Another important thing is using this LaTeX is the itemized and numbered list. So if you want to list out a set of things as a point number 1, 2, 3, or put it in bullets and all those things, we use these commands. One is itemized command. Itemized command is used for putting a set of bullets and a set of statements. And enumerate is used for numbering. So you will get the numbered commands like this, 1, 2. So I put begin itemize item / item orange. So bullets orange will be coming / item apple will be coming like this with a bullet. And if you want it to be numbered, so you can use another type of thing which is called as enumerate. So / item rice / item wheat / and enumerate. So it will be written as with the 1, 2. So if you want to list out something in the document, you will use these two commands. One is itemize and enumerate. Itemize command as a /begin and /end. Within that, any number of items can be added. So let us try example. Let us try this itemize in the how it works in the Overleaf editor. Okay. So let us try example of how to use this itemize command in Overleaf. So let us try that particular part. So I'm just stop sharing this particular thing, and I'm going to going back to Overleaf. Okay, so I'm just writing a sample things. I'm just write /begin itemize. So this is a dynamic editor. You can you need not be worried about how access. So /begin and /end will automatically come in Overleaf, and /item. So I'm just writing /item apple /item orange /item banana. So this itemize command is popularly used while creating presentations. If you can write bulleted points. So in that situation, you can use this itemized command in LaTeX. So can you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just compiling this. Let us see how the output will come. Okay, you see? Can you able to see this?
Yes.
So it is printed in a bulleted like things: apple, orange, banana. So this itemize command is popularly used in writing your presentation. So in presentations, you will be using bulleted points, right? So in that situation, you can it is widely used in creating presentations in LaTeX. So usually it is rarely used in writing articles, but there are some cases in which it will be put in bulleted ways.
Sir, one doubt.
So again,
Sir,
yes,
one doubt.
tell me.
Sir,
Yes.
is there any way to change the type of bullet as in Word? That is where we can use different images or different types of bullet in Word.
Okay, that is, I think it is not possible because it again depends on the type of document class. So this is a simple article class. Suppose if you are using some advanced LaTeX template, this template will be automatically provided with a document class file. Suppose if you are sending a research document for a particular journal will have a LaTeX template, and some LaTeX template supports different types of bullets. So
So what-
that can be selected during the configuration part. But usually it is it will be in a bulleted like thing.
Sir, one more doubt. That items are shown
Yes.
with some indentation. Is it mandatory? That
Items are shown.
with some
Uh,
tab space or indentation.
you can use a /t also.
No, sir. But that indentation is mandatory to display it.
No need, because
No need.
it is for the indentation I'm written is it is for a good look of the code. That's all.
Okay.
So
Okay.
by using this indentation, we can easily able to recognize this is the begin of itemize, this is the end of itemize, these are the
Okay.
set of items. For
Okay.
easy readability, I'm using the
Okay,
indentation, which is not mandatory actually.
Okay.
So again, I will be trying one more thing. So let us try another thing with enumerate. Enumerate. I'm just doing this. So I'm just writing the same with the enumerate command. So it will print it with 1, 2, 3 like this. /item, apple, orange. Okay, so you can see, so let us say I'm just compiling this. You can see, so this item, this I is lost. So this 1 second, again, I have to recompile it. So it is numbered apple, orange, and banana. So these are the enumerations. So it is widely used in creating the presentation, right? Okay, so let us go back to our presentation and let us see how the next type of thing that is available. Okay, this I'm going to. So next we shall go to the another thing, figures and diagram. It is very important. Okay. So while inserting a figure in a Word document or a document file, you find a lot of problems, right? So the figure size may not be fit in one page. The figure may go into another page, and you will be messed up with a lot of problems while doing with the MS Word. But LaTeX provides a very efficient way to insert figures. So for using a figures in a LaTeX, you have to use a /use package GraphicX. It's a package for inserting figure. So you have to insert this package /use package in the preamble of your LaTeX document. Then what you have to do is you have to include graphics. You have to, if you want to include a figure, so what you have to do is you put the figure you want to insert in the same folder where your LaTeX file is. That is very important. You place the figure in the same folder where your LaTeX file is there, and you copy the figure to be printed on there. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is we will use the command /include graphics. This in LaTeX, one speciality is that whatever the thing you put in square brackets, that is an optional command. There is no need to explicitly mandatorily give these commands. So here it is giving it as optional. Scale is equal to 0.05. So I am just scaled down this image to 0.05 of its original size. And after that, I'm just giving the curly brace peacock.jpg. So it is a file that I'm putting it in the same folder as that of this. Okay, right? In same folder as your LaTeX document. Okay, so I will just try to right. So this is the way in which, so it will include the figure into, it will add the figure into your LaTeX document. Okay. So let us try a small example of inserting a figure into this LaTeX document. Okay. So what I'm going to try is, this I'm going back. See it? So if I want to include a figure, what I do is I'm just including, so it is the graphics package I've already been introduced. So it has, you have a file number named as peacock.jpg. You can see that. So it is available in the left side. This is main.tech. This peacock.jpg is already there. So you move this file into your into this folder which contains the text file. How do you move this file? This file can be moved by using upload. So you can upload upload a new file from your desktop PC or whatever may be. It will be uploaded into this. So here I am already having a peacock.jpg file already there in this system. So I'm just trying to insert this particular image into this particular LaTeX document. So let us see how it so I'm using just /include graphics. That command I'm going to use. /include graphics. So the name of the file is peacock.jpg. So I'm just including this particular file, this particular picture in this particular thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm just putting an optional part, scale is equal to 0.1. I'm just specifying the scale as 0.1. And let us see how it looks like. So it is included, this figure is included in this particular document. Okay. So again, you can increase the scaling factor like this. You can put it as 0.3. If you want this size is, you are not comfortable with the size, you can increase the scaling, which is changing from 0.1 to 0.3. Let us see how it looks like. So the alignment and all those things will be automatically taken care of by the LaTeX. So it is increased. So if you want this figure to be fit in the first page, so you can again reduce this to fit into its maximum. Scale is equal to 0.2 and again try to recompile it. Let us see whether it can be fit in the same page. So it is not fit in the same page. Again, you can reduce. I'm just reducing it to scale it to 0.15. And again, I'm just recompiling it. No, by 0.5 also it is not possible. Again, I'm just reducing. If you want it to fit in the same page, you can again reduce it by using scale is equal to 0.3 and again recompile it. So it is fitted in the page itself. Okay, all of you followed this? So this is the way in which you can include the figures. So for creating your own figures, we use a drawing tool which is called as Dia Editor. So it is a drawing tool, Dia, which is a diagram editor. It is an open source tool. It is available free, in which the user can download. The link is given here.
Sir? Sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, for this image figure, sometimes if we insert more than 2 figures, it gets misplaced. Is there any specific command so that we can put the image in same place?
Yeah, that is possible. So there is a float. The figures can be placed. You can place the figure in the top of that document by using T. You can insert a figure after a particular position by using H option. So a lot of options are there in which the figures can be in. So if you not specify any option, LaTeX will automatically typeset and place the figure into the appropriate position.
Thank you.
Okay, so there is an option called as you are using the include graphics. There is an option for putting this. Okay, suppose if you want the figure to be, so in this figure is not I didn't give any caption to this figure. Okay, you can give a caption and give a reference to this figure. So that can be done by using encapsulating include graphics within the /begin figure. There is a command called as /begin figure. Okay, so you put the include graphics. I'm just removing this include graphics. I'm putting this within this is the figure environment. You can put this figure within the /begin figure /end figure. This is another thing. Within that, you can add this particular figure, and you can give a caption to this figure. So, caption I'm going to give it as peacock is the caption I'm going to give, and you can give a label to this figure, fig, colon my label. Okay, I'm going to try the same figure using this by using this /begin figure and /end figure. Let us see. You can see. It is placed in the next page. If you want this figure to be placed immediately here, I'm using this command as the query came from the H for here. Let us see how it works. So size is not fit. That's why it is automatically placed. So figure 1. So it is numbered, automatically it is numbered, and the caption I have given is peacock, that is given here. Similarly, you can refer this figure. The following is, I'm just giving the following is the figure of a peacock. A peacock is shown in, you can give a peacock. Shown in figure /ref. You can give the reference fig my label. So you can put /ref fig colon my label. So you can see that you can refer this figure here using the figure environment. So let us try this particular. I will compile this. You can see. You just see this code. A peacock is shown in figure. That is, figure number is not coming. Again, I am going to recompile it once more. Some issue is there. I put the / label. Just one second, we'll try. It is not referred, I think. So I will look into it. So just will put. Usually it will be now. Actually. Usually, if you refer that figure, that number also will come. Sometimes there may be a problem, so it should work. Okay, so we will discuss it offline later. There is some issue, so it should come with the thing. The peacock is shown in figure 1, so 1 have to be mentioned here. Okay, so I think there may be some problem with the label that is used. So this one.
Sir,
Yes.
for reference, that section colon is needed?
No need. So the colon is usually used to identify the reference. Okay. So usually the usual convention is that for every section, you put a sec colon sync to identify that the referred label is a section. For figure, you will put FIG colon. That is a convention that is used. That's all. You need not use that thing. It is not mandatory. Any name you can use actually. So for better readability, usually what we will do is for figures you will put fig colon 1, 2, 3, and so on, labeled as. For section it will be put as SCC colon labeled.
I got it, sir. Because in your reference that fig dot, it's not given, I think.
Oh, any name you can give. There is no
slash ref fig dot that reference.
That is not needed. Any name you can use. Any name you can use. Okay, any name you can use. So for that colon and everything is for improving the readability only. We are using these things. Okay. So now it is worked. It is mentioned here. Okay, it is come. So this is the way in which you can insert the figure, and you can draw the figure by using the diagram editor that we will be discussed in the afternoon session for how to use the diagram editor for drawing a figure. And I have given an assignment for you that will be uploaded today. One assignment is to install Text Studio, and another is to install the diagram editor. And one more assignment I have given for a sample article template, which you have to create with all these sections and all those things I have already been given. I will try a sample for that, and you can try it yourself and upload the same by tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Okay, so these are the things. And again, I'm just stop presenting this. Just 1 second. So going back to our previous presentation. So next two things is we have to insert tables as well as mathematical equations. These two things we need to, and as well as the reference that we will be discussed in the afternoon session. We will start the afternoon session. So I will upload an assignment. So you calmly do the assignment part, the questions and all those things. I will discuss the question and all those things. We will discuss, and we will host. When shall we continue in the afternoon session? Your host, please.
Hello, sir.
When we will start the afternoon session?
Sir, it's actually from 2 to 3. And if there is any changes, I will tell Hari sir to inform you, sir.
Okay, so as per the current schedule, let us meet at 2 o'clock and we will discuss these two things and then directly go to the assignment part as well. Okay.
Sir, can you please upload this recorded session now itself? Because of some net issue, I couldn't follow all these things. So can you please upload this video recorded session to this classroom?
Host, have you recorded all these things here? Yes, have you recorded these things? Host. So you put the recorded video in the Google Classroom. I will you just share the link. I will upload it in the Google Classroom today evening, so that you can able to do it by here. You can do the assignment part. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. One more request, sir. Can you please add
Yes.
how to do the presentation in LaTeX also in this during this?
Yes, tomorrow session will be focusing on how to create a presentation.
Okay,
Tomorrow's agenda will be focusing on how to create the presentation. In the afternoon session, we will be discussing on how to create a resume. These two things are tomorrow's agenda. We will be exclusively following this, and we will be providing you an assignment also for tomorrow. So after doing the assignment, you will be well versed in knowing how to create a presentation in LaTeX, right?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for patiently watching. If you have any queries, you put these queries in the WhatsApp chat so that I can able to proceed. Okay.